What's going on? It's your boy CEO Caleb. Look, we got 5 views already live. Y'all go ahead and drop some comments so we can kind of get this thing rolling. Want to look to answer as many questions as I can. You know, see if we can get some people in the chat talking. Let's keep this thing interesting. I see D Johnny too already got a question. How's it going, D Johnny? All right, all right. Go ahead and drop some comments. Let me know where y'all at right now. What city y'all from? I'm currently home in Atlanta, Georgia, not over the road. I actually been doing Amazon the last going on 2 weeks now. Just staying here local right now, working on some things with the business. All right, Johnny from Atlanta, in the same city. Got California in the house. We got Indianapolis. I used to be a huge Colts fan. Got Maryland in the house. Okay. Carolina, not too far from me. Got Akron, Ohio. Bronx. I have never been to New York. Definitely will try to go this summer if the whole pandemic thing kind of come to an end or slow down. I'm still doing OTR, Rome. It's just that I just took a break so I can focus on some things with the business. Got some things in the works. Started doing some dispatching, training my own staff here. Uh-oh. Girlfriend in the kitchen cooking. Y'all heard that alarm go off for a brief second. Fort Worth, Texas. All right. We got 18 people in here. Where y'all from? Akron, Ohio. I actually been through Akron. Akron was nice riding through all through Ohio. Cleveland. Well, I didn't ride through Cleveland. I rode through Akron, Columbus. Some nice cities to ride through. Well, yep. Shine said he here for the knowledge. Well, yeah, make sure you ask some questions. I'm gonna give as much information as I can. The Johnny, you were asking how do I book my loads? So pretty much started out using the dispatcher, and now I have transitioned to training my own dispatching team. So if anybody is looking to be dispatched or need a dispatcher, I would love to for you to give us a shot. We got the smoke alarm going off in the background. Might have to unplug that. Yeah. We got Athens, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Okay. So what else we got? Charm the busybody. Yeah, so I rented from Ryder. So Ryder is who I rented my truck from. You can go with a whole bunch of different companies: Ryder, Penske, Enterprise, Budget. Those are just options. I rented my truck with Ryder. It's $425 a week, 10 cents a mile. But it actually comes out to being 509 because I actually kept on Ryder's physical damage coverage because they didn't accept Progressive's physical damage coverage. But it's all good because I actually had to use the physical damage coverage already once. So but yeah. All right, somebody said that I get the truck fixed. What you talking about, Rome? You talking about the hole when the corner cap when I hit that tree? Is that what you're talking about? We got Troy, Michigan in here. Okay. Let's see. Burns asks, what fuel cards did I use and how do you get them? Fuel card I am with is RTS Financial. I actually haven't even used it yet. So my factoring company actually gave me a fuel card to use, and actually, if I use their fuel card, it would reduce the rate, my factoring percentage, from 3.5 to 3% if I use so many gallons a month. But I actually haven't used that fuel card. I just got a $4,000 weekly credit with RTS, so that that's a good option. I'm going to kind of cross compare and see how using RTS would be more beneficial than what I've already been doing, because I've been using an app called Gas Buddy, where it pretty much shows me the cheapest diesel, or I mean for any vehicle, fuel along my route or in a particular area. And because I kind of stay away from those big truck stops, because I mean they're like usually 50, 60 cent higher than the normal prices of diesel. So I stay away from the Loves, the Pilots, the Flying J's, TA Petros, you know, um, and I just use the Gas Buddy app. And then good thing about it is, because I have a smaller box truck and not an 18 wheeler like most truck drivers, is you can fit in these smaller gas stations. The only thing is, you might have to change sides when you're fueling, because they don't usually have the dual pumps or the satellite pumps on both sides where you can fuel your truck at the same time. So you can probably fuel your truck maybe 5-10 minutes. When you go to another gas station, it's going to be at least 15 minutes, to fuel your truck both sides. But you're going to save, I mean, probably $40 at least, in diesel. So, I mean, is it extra 10 minutes worth your time? I would say so for me. But like I said, I'm going to cross compare it with the gas cards that I have been using. Let me see what else we got. We got Chicago, Charlotte, North Carolina. I was in Chicago a couple weeks ago, stayed there the whole weekend. Actually did Amazon up there while I was in Chicago. Athens, Georgia, right up the road. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Florida. What part of Florida you from? I love Tampa. I might actually go to Miami this weekend for my birthday. I might take a load down there. Pay for the whole trip. If I can, I think it's like maybe 600 some miles. If I can get $1,200 just to go down there, pick a load up in Georgia, take it to Florida, and drop it off Monday morning. Just park the truck at the Ryder dealership or a truck stop, and enjoy myself on the beach all weekend. That's just an option I'm looking at right now. See what we got. Somebody asked me, how much do I charge the dispatch? Um, I did mention, yeah, I started training my own dispatch and staff. Been training them for about a few weeks now. That's another reason I've been home doing Amazon every single night for the last 2 weeks. Instead of over the road, so I can train my own dispatch and staff and focus on scaling up. Looking to hire some people, trying to set up some interviews for drivers. Um, so that's why I've been local doing Amazon instead of over OTR. But we charge 10% dispatching fee, but if you have a few trucks, maybe we can kind of work on that. But dispatching box trucks is very interesting, as I've learned over the last couple months doing this business. It really takes some skill. We say Stephen said would love to give a shot. Also, thanks on the factor. And yeah, if you're interested in my dispatching, or I'm drop my email in here. Just email me. Actually, yeah. Just send me an email, info@ceocaleb.com. While we in here, I mean, we could, if y'all want, just kind of let me know. We can do some Amazon lookups, some load board lookups. If y'all curious about that, just in your particular area. Not trying to steal nobody else's thunder. I know a couple other people do that throughout the week. But if y'all just curious, I can do it. I have a perfect score on Amazon right now, so I can see mostly everything. Somebody asked, let me see here, Burn. Make sure I'm not skipping no questions. Rent truck or buy a truck? Hold on a second, let me go back up. So I see someone asking about, I got my LLC, should I buy or lease? You should do whatever is best for you. Buying, leasing, if you got the cash to put it down, you can buy or you can lease. I mean, leasing is just, it's the way I look at it is if you're buying, you mean you're pretty much fully committing. I mean, you can always sell the truck later, but I mean, you're just fully committing to this business. If you're leasing, I mean, you use your own for about a year or longer. Renting is just an option where you can get in probably the cheapest, and you can put your foot in the water, test the waters out, see if this business is for you. Because I'm not gonna lie, this business is a hustle. Doing Amazon locally is a hustle. OTR is a hustle. I mean, you're gonna be busy. I mean, you can make good money, but you definitely have to work. So if you just kind of want to put your toe in and to the business, renting might be a good option. Um, for me though, renting is probably going to be my business model. You know, as I scale up, because I just believe I can scale up faster renting versus buying trucks. If that's how you look at doing the business as well, then that renting might be a good option for you. Um, if not, if you just plan on just kind of making this a career, new career path, and just want to ride out with one truck, for maybe the next couple years or so, then maybe buying is probably the best option for you because you can make more money right now buying a truck versus renting a truck. All right, so Peter said you got a lot of questions. Well, you can drop them. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can, Peter. Let me see here. Next question. I need a good dispatcher. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. If you want to give us a shot, Johnny, on dispatching, shoot me an email. I'll get you over our packet. Factoring company I go with is Taft's Financial. If you're interested in Taft's, they're about 3 to 3.5% right now. Pretty smooth. I get paid in 24 to 48 hours every time I drop a load off OTR. Drop it off if I drop it off before noon, I send over the proof of delivery, also known as the BOL, bill of lading, and I usually will have the funds in my EFS account that evening, usually about 9-10 p.m. And then long as I transfer that over to my bank account before midnight Central Time, then I get paid next day. Usually the ACH usually come in next day around about 8 p.m. usually. If you want to know how fast you can get paid with Taft's or most factoring companies. That's how Taft's work. I can't speak on other factoring companies, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty similar. Let's see here. Somebody was talking about, I guess, renting is cheaper than my prices. Yeah, if you're paying more than $4.25 a week and 10 cents a mile with renting, I mean, I definitely suggest at least becoming a carrier with Amazon, even if you're not doing Amazon, and just use their preferred rates. I mean, and I believe I'm not going to say every, I know quite a few of those companies like Enterprise, Penske, they have preferred rates for Amazon. I mean, Amazon is a huge player in the trucking, industry right now. Major in most of our industry right now, retail industry, just in general. I'm just saying, they have preferred rate with most of the rental companies. Sometimes you just kind of got to get a key from Amazon or show them your welcome letter, and use the rental company will give you that discounted rate and lock you in. And I'm hoping I stay locked in at this discounted rate even when peak season come around. And usually that's when, because rental prices go up, because actually the rental prices are different from market to market. I mean, you can be in Atlanta or you can be in Virginia somewhere, Richmond, Virginia, and the price to rent a truck is going to be different. But with the Amazon preferred rate, it's the same across the board. And also, I mean, they not only have preferred rates for box trucks, they got it for reefers, semi trucks, trailers, the whole nine. So definitely, if y'all interested, if you're renting, definitely try to get that preferred rate if you can. Unless you can get it cheaper than 4.25, 10 cents a mile, then by all means, go with it. Durwood Horton said, "Don't use RTS." Well, I've applied for the fuel card and actually paid that installation fee. I haven't actually used the card yet, but tell me why, Durwood, what's going on RTS? I mean, I was gonna give them a shot. To be quite honest, I've mostly been using a business credit card, for all my business purchases as far as the trucking business. That way, we get all the points, the hotel points. When I'm staying in hotels, I'm using that. Everything is on the credit card. Then I just pay the credit card with the cash from, the profits. All right, let's see what we got. Somebody said, "Can you touch on getting insurance when wanting to rent?" Yeah, I did a video on that. Definitely check it out. But for the most part, to activate your insurance, you need to get a VIN number. To get a VIN number, you just need to call around to different Ryder dealerships, or just get a VIN number from anywhere you can get a VIN number from, just to activate your insurance. Um, I know when I called Ryder a couple times, they didn't give me a VIN number. Actually, I got a VIN number from Penske because a lot of times they just don't understand what we're trying to do as far as renting a truck. And before we can activate our insurance, we need a VIN number, even if we have any auto or schedule policy. And for those who may not know what those are, schedule policy is a VIN specific policy. So your insurance is only going to be covered that particular vehicle. When you have any auto or hired policy, then it covers any rental vehicle that you're going to be riding. So, but yeah, if you want more detail about that, I did a video on how to activate your insurance, Amazon, and your authority without a truck. Check that out because that was actually one of the most frequent questions being asked. And yeah, feel free to ask y'all questions. I know I have probably over probably 200 emails that I just have not been able to get to. That's why I said let me just go ahead and do a live stream, and get your questions in. Try to answer as many as I can. Somebody burn. How do you get loads as new authority? I'm not gonna lie, it could be a little tough, but you just kind of have to find those brokers on the load boards that will work with new authorities. It's gonna be some no's, but I mean, there's still some yeses out there. So you just kind of have to just keep, as a dispatcher on, I have a few clients already using our services, and we get quite a few no's a day, especially as the brand new authorities, because every broker is different. Some brokers want 90 days, some 30 days, 45 days, a year. Even today, I was shocked when we made a call. This broker wanted 2 years, you know, active. Your authority had to be active before they can use you. And then it's also customer specific. I mean, that broker today can't use you because the customer requires, 90 days or a year. So, I mean, just getting as a new authority, getting loads. I mean, the load boards, there's DAT. I use Truck Stop is probably my two favorite ones. I just recently got Selectus. Have yet to book a load off of it yet. Probably had it for about a week. But still trial and error on that. Selectus is what they say is one of the top load boards and the hardest to get on. But I was able to get access to it, and I'm just giving the test out. But so far, DAT has been my favorite load board. I have used 123 load board and booked the load off there, a partial, but on 123 load board for me specifically, I haven't seen any great paying loads that weren't LTL or partials. Just haven't seen any great box truck loads. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I'm in the Northeast. Sean said he's in the Northeast. How often can I have home time and still make good money, do you think? I mean, it's really up to you. I mean, at the end of the day, you can make as much money as you want to. I mean, like I did in the last video about us making almost $7,000 in 8 days. I mean, it really up to you. You can work 3 weeks and be off, one, or you can work 2 weeks and be off one, 2 weeks and be off one. It's really how much money you want to make. In that video, it's if you work 52 weeks a year, which I mean, yeah, that's impossible. I mean, or is it? But if you work straight through, I mean, you're over six figures. But I mean, every time you take a week off, that number kind of dwindles down. And you're gonna have good weeks. You're gonna have bad weeks. I did it at only making, I think, $5,400 gross a week renting a truck. If you own a truck, then you're gonna make a lot more money in a week because you have less overhead usually. But yeah. So it really depends up to you. Make as much money as you want. I say if it's kind of you just kind of have to run the numbers what may best work for you. Let's see what we got going on. Let me see here. OTR is probably hard in B truck. Frankly, I'm too lazy to even leave the house right now. Been talking to you, slow. Okay, so somebody said they got work contracts. Okay, checking that out. Dur, we talking about the rental truck? Do they make you pay every week for a rental truck? Yes. I mean, it's a weekly. Okay. Okay, hold on. His comments just kind of jumped down. Trying to get to everybody's question in order. I don't want to miss nobody's question. All right. Somebody asked, how long do you have to be in business to get those rates with Ryder? I mean, I was in business for a week. I mean, my authority was well. Ryder didn't even care about my authority. Like they don't even now they don't even have my authority on file. They just have me, Caleb Ford, on file. So I mean, um, they didn't require a certain amount of time for your business to be active. Now, if you're in a semi, they told me 2 years for a semi for sure. But for a box truck, I don't think there's a certain amount of time you need to rent a truck with Ryder. Yeah, Victor said can't be on live right now. Yeah, shoot me email. If you have other questions, Victor, or you can watch the replay of this live. I probably will leave it up. Uh, Somebody said they got that Gas Buddy app. Yeah, it's a good app for saving fuels. That Gas Buddy app. Um, yeah. Peter said you plan on renting. You know, more knowledge on renting. I mean, like I've stated, you just need LLC to rent a commercial vehicle, at least with Ryder, and that was it. I mean, I went in there and they gave me the truck. It was real simple. Like I said, real simple to get a truck with Ryder. They didn't need any information about my authority. You know, they put their own insurance on until I proved that I had my own insurance, which was a couple days. I sent over my certificate of insurance to them, and they took off the liability coverage and left on physical damage because they didn't accept Progressive's physical damage. Uh, okay, got Houston in the house. Omaha, Nebraska. I was in Nebraska a couple weeks ago doing the load. I was in what, Lincoln, Nebraska? Up there. I took a load all the way up to Lincoln, Nebraska. Denver, Colorado. I was there a couple weeks ago. Austin, Texas. Have only part of Texas I've been in was in Houston, Texas, and I rode straight north to up to Wyoming. I took a load to Wyoming, y'all. Oh, that was interesting. How's the Denver market? You know, I don't really know because people harp on stay out of Colorado, and I was briefly in Colorado. I mean, I stayed a night in Colorado because I had to do my reset in Colorado, and I actually went downtown, and hung out for a little bit, But I didn't pull a load from Colorado. So I have to do some research on how Colorado market is, but everybody kind of says stay out of Colorado. And to be quite honest, I picked up a load in Salt Lake City, Utah, and drove back through Denver, Colorado. And I was really trying to get the heck out of there because it was snowing. Again, well, when we was in, what they call it, high country, going through the mountains, man, it was snowing at the top, and apparently there was supposed to be chain laws in effect. I was trying to kind of waiting it out before we actually had to get on the road. I actually had to go buy chains just in case because I guess in Colorado it's a law that you must have chains in your truck at all times. Because if you cause an accident or wreck or block traffic for any reason, it's a hefty fine. If you do not have chains or at least not chained up when the chain law is in effect. But there was supposed to be a chain law in effect, but when we was going through the area, the lights were not flashing. So I just kept it rolling. It was kind of light snow, but when we kind of got closer to Denver, we was good getting away from that snow. Dallas, Texas in the house. Ooh, Miami. You might get stuck in Miami. I've been to Miami twice. Luckily, I didn't get stuck in Miami. I had to take some cheap freight to get out of Miami. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took $3 a mile to go to Miami and came out with $1 a mile. Every time I went to Miami, it's been $1 a mile. So I already know. Getting out of Miami is gonna be tough, but you know, but we're gonna go on for vacation, so I kind of know what to expect. So yeah, I just have to kind of drive up to Jacksonville, Savannah. Usually try to get out of Florida. Florida is tough when you're trying to get out, trying to book loads. They are not gonna pay you to get out. Like my dispatcher at the time when I first started took us to Miami, and I told them $1 a mile. Is that the best y'all can do? They said we was lucky to get $1 a mile getting out of Florida. But next time I went to Florida, I took $1 a mile to get out as well. So haven't been stuck yet, but you're gonna have to haul some cheap freight to get out. Cleveland, Ohio, in the house. Okay. Tips for starters: just jump into it. I mean, don't sit around too long doing your research. I mean, watch these videos. Tons of content on YouTube about how to get started. I watched a few videos, and about a month later, I was applying for my authority. I think in probably around about December, I was looking at it. January, I applied for my authority, and here we going. Okay, okay. Do I need to have my insurance policy ready before I fill out my FMCA? No, you do not. I didn't even start looking for insurance until probably about 2 weeks after I even applied for my FMCSA authority, my MC authority, before I even filled out the application. Just fill out the application, and then you have 21 days to get everything in before your authority goes active. So here's the deal. I mean, once you fill out the application, no matter how fast you get that information in, you you know no matter how fast you get all the information in, your authority will not go active till the 21st day. They make you wait 21 days. So the key is don't get your insurance, or at least start shopping for your insurance, but don't activate your insurance, pay that down payment until probably 5 to 7 days before it goes active. I think it took like 48 hours before, after my insurance company sent over the forms to the FMCSA for them to show. So but be on the safe side. I mean, 5 to 7 days, because you don't want to get your insurance the same day that you applied for your FMCA application, because now you're going to be paying for your insurance for 21 days before you can even operate a vehicle, pick up any loads. So yeah, that's why you definitely want to wait. Just start shopping, after you apply for your application with the FMCSA. Yeah. Yep. Create more Ash versus Evil Dead stuff now. That's somebody's handler. Yeah. He's talking about dispatchers and brokers make some good money. Yes, dispatching is where we're starting out. Maybe a year or two from now, we'll be look at creating authority for your broker. When you become a broker, that's a whole nother separate authority. So yeah. Rome said your inbox is full. Yeah, it's full with hundreds. It's probably 100 messages I haven't even been able to get to yet. Like it's been pretty. I've been pretty busy, y'all. To be quite honest, like especially now. So not. I mean, when I was OTR, I mean it was driving, 10, 11 hours, or you have, maybe 13-hour days because you might be at a shipper for an hour, loading, unloading. But then I was trying to create YouTube videos, sleep, eat, all that other stuff. So, and even now that I'm home, local, I'm doing Amazon at night, so I may pick up a load. Like tonight, I got a load that's picking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna drop it off probably at the post office. It's not far. I think it's like maybe I'll show y'all, probably like 40 miles or something like that. But probably drop it off at a post office 5:36, and then I'll be back home, and then I'll be up in the morning at 8 dispatching for our clients that we currently have. So yeah, I don't have a lot of free time right now until I put people in place, but that's the plan. Somebody said, what truck rental do I prefer? I went with Ryder, but I mean, if you get cheaper rates somewhere else, Budget, Enterprise, Penske, go with them. I mean, I'm going to be still shopping around. I have a contact who says he actually has cheaper rates than these major carriers. So, I mean, just look for the best rate and what works. Somebody said look up Houston. Okay. We can look up Houston later on. Bronx for Amazon. We'll get there. Yeah, we'll do some lookups here. Let's see. Load board for Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, DAT, truck stop, those are good load boards for, across the country. If you can get on with CH Robinson, is a good broker you can get on with, make a good relationship with a specific broker's agent, and they'll have some good loads. They work with new authorities day one. So CH Robinson's been pretty good to pull for. We can look up some loads. Everybody posting about the Amazon stuff. Just later on, just repost it, and when I start looking it up, and I'll try to make sure we get everybody in. Oh, I know, I forgot to do something. Hold up 1 second, y'all. I need to fix something. I didn't even realize. I need to fix the chat. The chat not even showing up. Yeah, that's fine. 1 second, y'all. Yeah, we can do some Amazon lookups here. Let's see here. See if we can fix this. Control V, boom. 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 All right. I just realized the chat wasn't even working right, y'all. So hopefully it's fixed now. All right. Okay. Let me see where we at. Where we at? Man, I gotta look at the time that all this was posted. I'd be losing my place. It just kind of automatically kicks me down to the bottom. I don't want to skip over nobody's question. All right. Let's see here. We rolling down, rolling down. Yeah, somebody said her leasing was better for the business. Yeah, I might look into that option down the road. I mean, I'm kind of in this for the long haul. This is going to be a new business venture for me. I've been in real estate for the last 4 years. Still doing real estate, but right now trucking is taking up all my time as I'm scaling up. So yeah, leasing might be an option I'll look into down the road. All right. Yeah, Sean, when you talking about using Northeast, how often you think I'd be home? I mean, Northeast has really good lows. New Jersey, I know I harped on New Jersey in one of my videos about how rude the people were, but they definitely have some of the best paying freight out there. Every time I love going to the area because I know I'm gonna get a good load out of the area, all over the place. Johnny sent me an email. I'll check it out. Yeah, Michael, I'm actually home right now. I haven't been OTR probably for it's been about 2 weeks working on scaling the business up. So yeah, I'm actually off the road currently right now. Would love to go back. I don't know, just being over the road was kind of fun. Just traveling different places that you never been before. Like I said, I've never been to Ohio. Wyoming was boring and beautiful at the same time. When I say boring, I mean you can be riding for 40, 50 miles and not see one thing but flat land and then, some plateaus and mountains. But yeah. Vanity said, is it a good idea to get a driver for my truck and a rental as well to run both? Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if you want to make more money, I mean, if you get a second truck, get a rental, put a driver in it, yeah. You know, um, I'm currently right now dispatching for a guy he has a truck and he's getting the second truck, putting a driver into it. So his plan is to have 5 trucks up and running pretty soon here. So yeah, I mean, just getting a second truck is just more income coming in. You just only thing is finding a good driver. I mean, find dependable drivers, out there. So definitely, make sure you vet those people out that you're hiring. So don't want to put anybody in the truck. Somebody said, is it possible to okay? Is it possible to only do OTR Monday through Thursday and be back home every Friday? It is, but I mean, you're just gonna have to take some cheap loads to get home. I mean, you might have to take $1 a mile to get home because I mean, it all depends on what region you're in. I know if you're in the Northeast or the Midwest, you might, you might can find decent loads home, but yeah, I know coming back Southeast, I had a hard time a couple weeks ago trying to come home because me and my sister had a joint birthday celebration, and I wanted to come to Atlanta. I wanted to take a load to Atlanta, and I had a hard time trying to find a load just straight south. So yeah, sometimes it can be kind of tough. I mean, I would definitely suggest being out a couple weeks if you're trying to maximize on the profit, the money that you can make. But it's possible. I mean, right now we're gonna try to get our one of our drivers home this weekend. So yeah. You see, I applied for my authority. What should I do next? UCR, BOC3, or you file that at? Um, yeah. If you want to email me, I can help you out with that. But I can send you the websites to file the UCR and the BCO3. Abduba. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I apologize. But yeah, definitely want to go ahead and get those in. You have 21 days to get them in. It don't really take long to do those. So just go ahead and get them done. Oh, you said Ryder don't do discounts for Amazon no more? Oh wow, I guess I'm kind of grandfathered in and locked in. I don't know. Um, well, they still got me there. So we'll see what happens when I get this second truck. What load board apps do you use? And do they have routes for like 18-foot box trucks? I mean, yeah. I mean, there's routes for 18-foot box trucks. I mean, because not every load is going to be a full truckload. I mean, it's not going to be a full 26 feet. I mean, sometimes it may be 10 feet of space, 3,000 pounds. Sometimes it may be 26 feet of space, 2,000 pounds. So I mean, it just all depends. But there's loads for 18-foot box trucks out there. I mean, but I would definitely recommend if you have a 26-footer, run with that, or have the option to get a 26-footer, run with that, because you're not limiting yourself. I mean, you have a 26-footer, there's nothing you usually. I mean, most of the box truck loads are set up for 26-footers, um, so you'll be able to take anything in that parameter for box trucks. How do you prove it to get the preferred rate? So for a rider, I just had to show them my welcome letter. M Hunter, I just had to show them my welcome letter, and that's how I got on with um, rider with the Amazon preferred rate. You know, yep. I'm in the Northeast and want to go OTR. How often can I have home time and still make good money? Like I said, it's up to you how much money you want to make. You want to be on the road for three weeks, 2 weeks. I mean, just up to you. Just how to run the numbers. Do you use DAT load board? Yes, I do. It's probably my favorite load board I use. How do you get loads for a new authority? DAT load board, truck stop. I mean, those load boards have lows. You're gonna get some no's, but you're still gonna get some yeses as well. You just gotta keep it moving. Just keep making those calls. I probably do a video on how to book loads. I mean, you just really just call. You just call them up. They'll tell you the details about the load, and either they're gonna tell you what they're offering, or they're gonna ask you what can you pay, because they want to negotiate with you and try to keep as much profit as possible. So you just got to be able to negotiate good rates. Somebody said Ringerton Ramsey says he's rent out his trucks for $500 a week. You get 1,200 miles for the week. After that, it's 30 cents a mile. So if y'all want his information, it's here. I'll pin the message at the top. For Ringerton Ramsey. All right, we got our. Okay. Got it. I really wanting to get into the industry. I worked for FedEx Express before, and there was no money. How hard is it to get started into this box truck industry? What do I need to do first? Watch a couple of my videos. Specifically, my video on how to get started under $3,500 if you're looking to rent. I mean, if you got $3,500, you can go find $3,500. Get a business credit card. Borrow $3,500. I mean, you can make the money back. So, but yeah, that's what we did when we started our business. We went out and got a couple of business credit cards, personal credit cards, and that was the startup money that we used for this business. Every business I've started, I had an Airbnb business before the pandemic. When I started that, went out and got $20,000. Well, no, I went and got probably like $40,000 or $50,000 in credit cards, business credit cards, and some business, some personal, and that's how we started our Airbnb business. So I mean, you gotta have the credit, of course, but if you ain't got the credit, fix your credit. Find somebody with credit, a spouse, family member that you trust, or that trusts you, I should say. But a cool thing about a business credit card is it does not reflect on your personal credit score. So if you're over the 30% utilization, it doesn't negatively affect. If you didn't know, if on your personal credit cards, when you're over 30% of your credit limit, um, it negatively affects your credit score. It will drop your credit score. But with a business credit card, you don't have to worry about that. You can be at 70% utilization and it will not even report. All right, what we got going on? How long would you say is a good time to rent? I mean, it just depends on you. If you rent long enough, save up some money and you want to go buy, or maybe you rent and maybe leasing is cheaper for you now. I mean, go with that. It just depends on you. I mean, if you want to just rent continuously and keep it going, if you're making good money doing that, then I mean that probably will work. I mean, I've been renting for since end of January. Now it's April, so I guess it's been 3 months. Don't seem like it, or maybe 2 months. I think I applied for my authority at the end of January. I think it went active like January the 28th or something like that. Have I swapped out my truck yet, or you still have the same from the go? I actually had to swap out my truck because I damaged it. Oh man, I'll do a video on that coming soon. I damaged it, so I had to swap out my truck. Unfortunately, so it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I damaged the truck, took it to Ryder, got another truck same day, and was on the road. You know, took the night off, was on the road the next day. So no big deal. I didn't have to swap out no VIN numbers because I have a hired policy. I'm in Boston. I want to start doing box truck. I only make 21 an hour driving for Amazon. Can I get your number to call you? Yeah, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email and we can talk. We can do some consultations. If y'all interested in that, just shoot me an email. info@ceocaleb.com. Maybe I should pin that as well. I'll pin my email at the top when I see it. How much I spend on gas? I spend about 26 cents a mile. So 26 cents a mile is how much I spent on gas. So I mean, you think about it. I'm just pulling out my calculator here because I want to be exact. I know some math wizards probably can figure that out rather more quickly than I can. Yeah, it's 26. So if every 100 miles I do, it's about $26. It's about $26. I'm in my first truck I had. I was probably getting about 11 and a half miles per gallon. In this truck, I'm getting about 10 and a half. My first truck was 2019. The truck I currently have now is a 2016. Will I do another weekly expense breakdown, profit and expenses? Yes, I will. I'll probably do one for Amazon pretty soon, showing you how much you can make with Amazon renting a truck. Do a weekly expense breakdown on that. How much do you spend on hotels a week? OTR. I usually spend about anywhere from $55 to $75. I would love to stay around the $55 mark, but depending on the area you are in, the hotels will be more expensive, such as Miami. When I went to Miami, we could not find a hotel less than $100 in Miami. So I mean, New Jersey, it was higher too. I think it was like we paid like $85 in New Jersey, but yeah, it depends on your area, but $55 a night usually. How's North Carolina? I don't know. It's just an interesting question. I did like going to North Carolina. I didn't have a problem, but lately, like closer towards the coastline, like Myrtle Beach area, it's been kind of hard trying to find loads out of Carolinas. But usually, the closer you are, like to the edges of the United States, is usually the loads that get kind of harder. it just depends unless you're in a major city like up in New York, New Jersey. But yeah, you usually like to kind of work the middle of the map is usually best. Thank you, Trafia Flowers. Can you have just a higher policy? I I try to get just a higher policy. It's not many insurance brokers who will just write just a higher policy. Especially Ryder is one of the more difficult companies to pair your insurance with for whatever reason. A lot of them are telling me they don't want to work with Ryder. If I would have went with for somebody else, it might have been easier for them to write a policy. But a couple of insurance companies told me if I'm working with Ryder, then the policy is just not going to work. But I made it work. So I mean, maybe they just didn't know what they were doing. But can you just have a higher policy? As far as your question, with Progressive, no, they wanted me to have a schedule and a higher policy. But for any rental company, you need at least a higher policy. But I'm pretty sure you could probably find one out there. Yeah, contact information, info at CEO Caleb. How is Vegas and California markets? I have not been to Vegas or California yet, um, but I know LA is great. I mean, Los Angeles, Southern California is great for lows. I can tell you that for sure. I probably had to do some research on that. Kind of right now, I want to stay kind of regional. I don't know regional, but Midwest, Southeast, and Northeast. I mean, I live in the Southeast, so I ain't really got a choice. But Northeast and Midwest is great for loads. I love bouncing back and forth between them areas. Southeast as well. Been to Texas. Furthest west I've been, well, was Colorado, Salt Lake City, Wyoming is probably not Wyoming. Salt Lake City, Utah was probably furthest west I've been. When I took a load to Wyoming, I had to drive 2 hours to Salt Lake City, Utah to get a load out. So it wasn't bad. Does non-CDLs need a DOT medical card? Yes, you do. You do need a DOT medical card. All right. No, is it 21 business days before you go active? No, I think it's just 21 days period. So just 3 weeks. No non-CDL, no drug test, no. Even when you got your DOT medical card, you had to do a urine sample, but they were testing other things in your blood, but they weren't testing for marijuana or anything like that. And so that I mean, there's no drug testing for Amazon or brokers. They don't require any of that information. Lewis, what's up, man? Do you need a DOT medical card? Yes, you need a DOT medical card. What kind of loads are you accepting? Do you have a hazmat? Are you looking to going to airports and shipping yards? Um, I have not have my hazmat endorsement or my TWIC card, but I'm telling you, if you do have a hazmat endorsement or TWIC card, you're gonna get some good paying loads for sure. So that's something that we probably jump on in the near future. Let's see, let's see. Uh-oh. I see somebody ask, do you need a CDL? No, you don't need a CDL. You definitely do not. Let me see something. Can I? Uh-oh. Let's just. All right. Uh-oh. Hope we didn't lose connection. What we got going on here? McCoy, can you see if I'm still live? My YouTube channel. I think I just got. I don't know if some. 1 second, if I'm still even live. I'm not even sure if I'm even live right now. Somehow my studio just crashed. It's kind of crazy. But my video's not playing. All right, 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can get this video back up. I don't know. My studio just crashed. One. Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can get the video back up. Cause I want to be able to show y'all some show y'all load boards and some Amazon stuff as well. Just give me a second. 1 second. Okay. Oh my God. All right, we back. All right, my apologies, y'all. I don't know what happened. My studio just crashed for a second. I had to re-upload it. I definitely lost my place where I was with these questions, but we'll try to get them back. If I answer your question, you might have to repost it here. I have no idea where I was. All right, my apologies. My apologies. Where were we? Where were we? Yeah, I was going through that. DOT medical. You do not need a CDL. Boston, Massachusetts, Amazon lookup. Okay, okay. How do you get insurance for Amazon for a rental truck? I did a video on that. Definitely check it out. You gotta get a VIN. I did not rent the truck first. I didn't get the truck till last because there was no need in getting the truck without one insurance and not being able to move any loads. Truck was the last thing I did. I got my authority, then I got my insurance, then I got the truck. Do I prefer working with a broker or doing load boards and relay? I mean, if the broker can keep me busy, I'll work. I'll continue to work with a broker. I was working with a broker, like a broker slash dispatch when I first started, and the reason I started my own dispatching staff because they were starting to get me stuck places. Well, I wouldn't say they got me stuck because I had to find my own loads. I mean, if I didn't find my own loads, then I would have been stuck. So that's kind of I just kind of started dispatching myself. So, yep. Okay, let me see. It's working down, trying to. Okay. All right. Higher lows coming out of OKC. The furthest west I've been is, like I said, I've been to Salt Lake City, Utah, but right now I don't want to go no further than Kansas City, Missouri. Um, because when you start getting into Kansas and Colorado, man, Texas, I didn't realize how huge those states are compared to like over in the northeast and the southeast. Like you could be driving like in Texas, like literally a whole day and still be in the same state. And even like Colorado, Kansas, man, it take forever to get through those huge states over there. And I ain't even trying to go North Dakota, South Dakota. Nah, I ain't even trying to go there. Any more questions, y'all? Any more questions? If I missed your question, post it real quick and see if we can get to it. Somebody record tow service over $1,000. Can you make money locally with Amazon Relay? Yes, you definitely can make money locally. I mean, it's not as much money as OTR. I mean, OTR you could probably make on average, 750, 800, $1,000 on average a day. But with Amazon, you might make maybe on. It really depends. I mean, on your area. I know in Northeast Amazon's popping. I mean, I even thought about just taking the truck up there and just doing loads out of Northeast when I first started just to do Amazon. I mean, where I'm at now here in Atlanta, I mean, I've been getting, one load a night. I haven't got have gotten two loads in a night. I was hoping to get two loads tonight, but it ain't really set up that way, or it hasn't set up that way so far, unless it comes through right now while we're waiting on this live. But yeah, usually been making about on average $400 a night. Last night I actually made 500 doing Amazon. Drove 100 miles up to Blue Ridge, Georgia, and back, and that was I think what, $4.95 a mile. I get some good high miles. I've been getting a lot of $6 a mile doing Amazon here in Atlanta. All right. What should you do as I wait on my FMCSA? I mean, if you already did your BLC3, UCR, got insurance quotes, and ready to put down payment on your insurance when you're about a week out, I mean, you should start learning the load board, looking up brokers. It's kind of just plan out how you plan to move as soon as it go active day one, so you can start making money. Why not South and North Dakota? Is South and North Dakota Midwest too? I don't know. Man, ain't nothing up there. That's why. I mean, I don't know. I briefly rode through Idaho when I was going through, I think Idaho, Nebraska, I think, or somewhere up there. Maybe not. But I don't know. Any of those states, nah, it's not much going on. Not for a box truck. I'm trying to tell you. If you got something else, maybe flatbed, you go get your CDL and get you know, a, a flatbed. I know in those areas is really good, but yeah, box truck can be kind of tough. Keep it real. You said how long does it take Amazon to send you your load once you post your truck? It depends on their needs. Like I said, I've posted my truck and they sent me a load 5 minutes later. I posted my truck and they sent me a load 6 hours later. It all depends on your parameters and their needs. I mean, so usually, you know, it just depends. Like I think I posted my load this morning. They probably hit me back probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and they gave me a load. So it just depends on what they have available, and if your rate per mile fits their parameters, the miles you want to travel fits their parameters, they're gonna book you. Thinking about putting a truck in Kentucky. Kentucky's pretty cool. Yep, Kentucky's pretty cool. I've seen some great loads out of Kentucky. All right, you said you want to go on these load boards. All right, what y'all want to see? Y'all want to see the DAT load board? Um, y'all want to see Amazon? What y'all want to see? Let me know. Let me know. Matter of fact, how many likes we got on this video? Y'all liking this video or what? I'm trying to figure out. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see. We got 72 people live watching right now. We got 26 likes. Oh man. We need to get like 35 likes at least. Somebody said seeing some DATs. Both. I'm gonna do both. Okay. St. Louis semi-power only. Okay. Okay. How's South Carolina? Uh, I was having a hard time getting the driver out of around that area, South Carolina, in the last few days. As far as Amazon, it's probably pretty good. We can look it up and see. I'll tell you that much. All right, all right, all right, all right. Amazon and OKC. So, I mean, we'll briefly run through DAT. Let's do DAT first. Mainly with DAT, I mean, it ain't popping off right now because, I mean, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock at night. So the low board ain't gonna be popping off, but I mean, at least I can show y'all the functionality of it. I actually use DAT Power. Let me see here, which is different from I think Trucker's Edge. I think is the other one. Power is more expensive, but it has a lot more features. A lot more features. Um, they got a feature that the dude was telling me yesterday. If a broker doesn't pay you, they'll pay you a certain percent, and then they'll go after that broker to get you paid. You're able to look at multiple lanes at a time with DAT Power. I mean, it's more expensive. I think it's like 160 a month versus Trucker's Edge. It might be like, I don't know, maybe $50 a month. I'm not even sure. You have to look it up, but I know it ain't 160. So yeah. All right. I need to pop out the chat so I can actually see what's going on. Oh, we got that notification bell for DAT, y'all. A notification bell. Trying to figure out. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's pop the chat out so I actually see what's going on here. Chat popped out. All right, for DAT, if y'all, want me to show y'all some areas, let me know. All right. Okay. Shift 4. Let me know when y'all can see the DAT low board. It should have transitioned over. You see low board, McCoy? I'll tell you what. Oh, I know why. Let's do this. Boom. 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 All right. All right, everybody should be able to see low board now. What about now? Can y'all see low board now? Y'all let me know if y'all can see it on the screen. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's put the box right here. All right, cool. All right. Where somebody want me to look up? What cities? Like right now, we got East Chicago right now. Or let's do a new load search. Let's just do Chicago. Chicago, Illinois. The way I usually do it is I just put about 200 miles deadhead in. F and P stands for full or partial. Just do both. You know, I put 10,000 pounds. Well, that's length, my bad. Length 26 feet, up to 26 feet, 10,000 pounds. Just so I can see kind of everything. Your truck may not hold 10,000 pounds. My truck only was able to hold 8,600 pounds when it was fully loaded with me in it, full of gas, and my pallet jack, straps, low bars, you know, DEF fluid. I was only able to tow about 8,600 pounds. So keep that in mind. Let's say in the last 24 hours because we just kind of want to see everything. So, boom. Where's my chat box at, man? So, this is pretty much how the load board looks. I got all these things here. Straight box, van with lift gate, van hot shot, van reefer, and van with, I don't know, I think that may be blankets or whatever. But at least if you have straight box, van, you should be good. Because straight box loads are specifically for box trucks right here. As y'all can see, this is a load that was posted today. So sometimes they have the rate. You can kind of filter. Look at this. This was a load paying $2,400 from Elkhart, Indiana to Boise, Idaho with TQL. that they posted 7 hours ago. But yeah, these are kind of the highest rates out of Chicago, Illinois. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right, let's see what we got here. Somebody said, I mean, I just do a few of these, but like I said, the low bar usually start popping off by 8 a.m. By 8 a.m. the low bar start popping off, so that's where you're gonna see all the lows popping up on there. The good low is gonna go fast, so when you see a low, you just need to call it. You see a good load, that's a decent rate per mile, like this low right here, from Syracuse, Indiana to Los Angeles, California, 2,100 miles, $2,000. That's $1 a mile. I mean, if you want to run for $1 a mile, cool. I like to stay around minimum $1.50 to $2, and up. But I mean, so yeah, what we got going here? I think the first one I seen was St. Louis. So let's edit search here. Okay. So 478 loads in St. Louis. I mean, if I just click rate, got a box truck load. What's up with this one here? I mean, at first glance, it doesn't look too bad at all. Right? It's close to $2 a mile. But for whatever reason, it's still on low board. That was posted about almost going on 2 hours ago. But so when there's no length on them, they might be van loads. This was low going to Canada, okay. But when there's no length, there might be van loads, dry van, 53-foot dry van loads. When they don't put the length or the weight there, but you can still call them anyway just to verify. But usually for box truck loads, they'll put the length here and the weight here. But call them anyway. But when they say straight box, those are definitely box truck loads. So you say V, but it ain't got the length. But this one say V partial, so it's a partial. So 16 feet, 1,800 pounds, it can fit on our truck. You call or email. I always call first, unless it's email only. But I mean, I look at a few of these. I mean, let's see here. Go back to edit. So Indianapolis, these $1 a mile, $1 a mile. This one just got posted 10 minutes ago out of Hampton, Ohio. It's 110 miles from Indianapolis, Indiana. So DH-O is deadhead origin. How far the deadhead is. Deadhead is just miles from the current city that you're in. Like the miles you're gonna have to drive empty is what deadhead is to get to that pickup destination of Hampton, Ohio. If I put a destination in there, then it would be deadhead destination. If I was just trying to say how I want to go to, like, say Atlanta, so we can put how far it was from Atlanta, would Houston be, or anywhere. But it's a load right here with Landstar. It's about $1.50 a mile. I'm just doing quick math, looking at 1,000 miles, $1,700. Okay, $1.70 a mile. Not too bad. I'm actually surprised just seeing something like that on the board. But when you got to click on it, see, look at this. Must be a team. Email with MC number. So, in other words, they want you to drive that load kind of straight through, team driving. So, if you ain't got a team, you can't do that one. Let's say for this one. Oh, yeah. So, another thing, when you click on the mileage, it kind of brings up this here, kind of show you where to and where from. So, this is Indianapolis, our city that we was looking up. And to go here, this was the pickup location in Hamilton, Ohio, and it's going down all the way down to Houston, Texas. It kind of just show you the miles. So real quick, you kind of see it. It kind of gives the hours, and whatnot, 19 hours. I don't know how accurate this is, but the way I usually base it is if it's 1,000 miles or whatever the mileage is, I divide it by 60, and that kind of tells me, how many hours it's going to take. All right, I'm only going to do a few of these here. Let's do a few of them, and we can jump over to Amazon. Let me see. Boston was another one. I'm actually got a guy that's going to be in Boston tomorrow. Um, so this is just outside of Boston, so we can kind of just take a look at what we got going on here. Uh, uh, uh. Look at this load here. Partial's not going to pay too much. 10 feet, 5,000 pounds. They're looking to throw this on a 53-foot dry van. Somebody looking to piece loads together, but it's just put right at the top. Yeah. Right now, nothing popping off right now. VG, that's a van with lift gate. Need lift gate on pickup. So you just kind of know what's up. You know, here's a load. 324 miles, they say. $850. That don't sound too bad. Only thing is the deadhead. So you gotta add that deadhead into that 324 if you want your true rate per mile. Send an email to the broker. But I got a phone number right here, so I'm gonna call this number first and then I'll email them if I wanted that load. But yeah. What else we got here? Cleveland. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Somebody asked a question about can you just drive on the weekends? Drive on the weekend doing what? Amazon or working off the load boards? Amazon, you can drive on the weekends. You can get loads on Amazon Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually working off DAT. I mean, you mean most brokers, they close on the weekends. Not all, but most. I would say probably 80%, 90% of brokers, shippers are closed on the weekends. So yeah, unless you pick up a load on Friday and taking it somewhere, that's the only way you're gonna drive on the weekend. Usually on the weekends, I try to find a load that's going pretty far, so I can drive Friday, Saturday, and maybe rest on a Sunday and do our reset. Unless I got the hours, then I'll drive a load 1,500 miles. Drive 500 miles a day, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Somebody asked about carrier packets. Do you need copies? Usually every broker or dispatcher, some of them are scamming. Yeah, like I said, run credit check them. With your factoring company. My factoring company lets me do a credit check on them. DAT Power shows you their credit score. Read their reviews. Um, Definitely, just don't do loads for anybody. Knights Logistic, he said, don't work with them. Okay. They will always contact you by mail first about a safety audit. I guess he answered somebody's question. Yeah, I use TAS for factoring. V stands for van, which is 53-foot dry van is what it stands for. But I mean, if the length works, it works. Only issue sometimes they want a van because a van that has swing doors. Because I know at least with my box truck with roll up doors, it's 94 inches wide, 96 inches tall. So unless you got a box truck with swing doors, if you got a box truck with swing doors, you're gonna get a lot of loads, higher paying loads because there's less competition. Like I said, if you got hazmat endorsement, twit cards, it's less competition. Those loads are going to pay more. For Let's switch over to Amazon. If y'all want me to look up some cities in Amazon, let me know. Let me know what cities y'all want me to switch to. Oh, I took a car. Let me know. Let me know. Baltimore here is also. You want me to look up Baltimore for Amazon? Switch over. Let me go ahead and get logged into Amazon real quick while y'all tell me what cities y'all want me to look up. I actually did on my Amazon score, I got 100% in the Midwest. I think I did 4 loads in the Midwest, so I got 100% in the Midwest and I got 100% in the Southeast, which is pretty cool. We'll do a few Amazon cities. If y'all just curious about what Amazon look like in your particular area, I can take a look at them for y'all. If y'all got any more other questions, let me know. I really want to answer as many people's questions as possible. Okay. Do I pop out chat here? All right. Let me know when y'all can see my screen for Amazon. Let me know. Let me know. In the meantime, I'm trying to figure where the hell to put this damn chat box. I need like a separate screen so I can read the chat at the same time. All right. Y'all see the Amazon screen yet? Baby, you see Amazon screen? So I gotta do it manually. My hotkeys ain't working. That's what it is. My hotkeys not working. This is my first live stream. But try and get it together. All right. Y'all should be able to see it now. Should be good now. All right. So do a good job with Amazon. You get performance scores, and that's how you'll be able to see all the boards. I got 100% across the board right now. Spot work 100%. Did 9 loads last week, or between March 7th and April 17th. 9 load, drove 800 miles, 100% app utilization. On time 100%. You want to keep your performance score high. Let me see. Let me show y'all what I got. See, look at this. I got 100% in the Midwest from doing loads out in the Midwest and in the Southeast. So that's pretty cool. All right. Somebody asked what is good pay for drivers. Good pay I would say, maybe 20-25% of your load if you're OTR. Maybe if you're doing local loads like Amazon, maybe something different. Just kind of have to work it out with them. Maybe $100 a day. I mean, usually Amazon, you might only be driving 4 or 5 hours a night. So, just maybe $100 a day might be decent. Really just depends on how much you're gonna be working them. All right. Go ahead and drop your cities now for Amazon. I take a look at them real quick. No board. I seen Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna just take a look at Dallas, Texas. I mean, what's already got Atlanta on here? I think if y'all want to do other truckloads like semis, trailers, anything outside of 26-foot box trucks, let me know. So this is Amazon in Atlanta right now, 100-mile radius. That loads for tonight. This one load tonight picks up at 3 o'clock in the morning. $2.34 a mile. It would be taking us. I'm kind of interested in this, but wow, I got to turn off this thing there. Auto refresh. Goes Cartersville, then all the way to Alabama. You're gonna be busy. Pick up at 3 o'clock in the morning, drop off at 6. Even though they got these times, arrival times, if you get there early, cool. It doesn't really matter. You just need to get there before this time. If not, definitely report your delays. Let me see. Uh-oh. Texas. Take a look at Dallas, Texas. Oh, I'm not showing. They're not showing me anything for Dallas, Texas right now. Let me do that. You got any other cities? Let me see here. Let me see. We got New Jersey. Let's do Newark. Here we go. So it's only showing me this. And this definitely could be that there could be more loads on load board. It's just that my domicile is based out of Atlanta. So even though I was able to see a lot of the Midwest loads when I was in the Midwest, maybe if I went out to, Northeast and did loads up there, I'll probably start seeing more loads up there. But right now this is what they're showing me in Newark, New Jersey. What else we got? Birmingham, Alabama is going to be pretty much, if you're speaking of Birmingham, Alabama, it's so close to Atlanta, it's probably going to be Atlanta loads. To be quite honest, Atlanta services a lot of Alabama. A lot of loads go out to Alabama. Like, say, for instance, this one here. It doesn't see this one touches Alabama. Atlanta services a lot of different loads going that way for whatever reason. See, this one's Lincoln, Alabama, Asheville, Alabama, Springville, Alabama. So Atlanta has, in the heart of Atlanta, pretty much two Amazon facilities. About 50 miles north of Atlanta is another one. Chattanooga is another one. That's about 100 miles north. And then there's one in Noonan, probably about not too far. I don't know if there's box trucks loads in Noonan, but Georgia. But yeah. What's we got? Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. Let's see here. Not showing me anything in Omaha, Nebraska. I did 150 miles. Closest location is Bondurant, Iowa. Right now, I actually saw a load going from Kansas City to Bomber. What is this? Bondurant, Iowa. That was looking pretty decent. But yeah, right now, Bondurant, Iowa is the closest. That's popping up for me within Omaha, Nebraska area. I see a Baltimore. Baltimore was popping off last time I looked at Baltimore. But I'm only showing two right now. Two in Baltimore. What else we got? No, we kind of we did New Jersey already. Look at this, 66 in Detroit, Michigan. On the board, 334 on the board, 347 on the board. Kind of see where it's going. You got 3 stops. But yeah, so we're looking at on the board. Let's see what the high is. You got a 480 on the board. What's this? Going from Swanton, Ohio to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A little 253 miles. Went a little on Amazon OTR. I'm gonna do a video on that probably next. I took a load from Chicago to St. Louis, and then from St. Louis to Kansas City. Doing some Amazon OTR, I call it. We got do West Palm Beach. Got nothing there. Wow. Wow, they're not showing me anything in Florida at all. The closest thing they saying similar is Charlotte, or was it Concord, North Carolina? I think that's in Charlotte, North Carolina, for whatever reason. Not showing me anything in Florida. Don't mean you can't get no loads in Florida. Always you can post your truck. Post your truck. I mean, just because available work. In certain areas, I mean, there could be a lot of fleet owners with multiple trucks. I mean, 5, 10, 20 trucks that's getting these dedicated or contracted work to them. You know, they're giving them the work, and whatever they can't do, then it get put on the load board. Usually, is what I've starting to see a trend towards. But you post your truck. I mean, if anybody miss, cancel or anything like that, or a load becomes available for whatever reason, maybe all the packages can't fit on one truck. I mean, you'll be in line to get that load in that particular area. So I use postal truck. All my loads mainly have come off postal truck, not all of them. Let's see here. Indianapolis, Indiana. We got 25 on the board. In Indianapolis, Indiana, 459, highest on the board right now. Let's kind of go see where it kind of goes to. Drops down into West Virginia. Go. What? Oh, wait a minute. This one is actually not even in Indianapolis. It's 90 miles of deadhead to get to it. What's the shortest, closest in Indiana? Interesting. Maybe I don't know. I'd be confused if there wasn't a DC in Indianapolis, but I mean, but maybe there's not. Maybe the Kentucky services that area. Could be. Let's check out Mobile, Alabama. 27 in Mobile, Alabama. Oh, so there's actually a DC in that Mobile, Alabama area for box trucks. So yeah, got some $2. I got $2 amount on board. When I post my truck, I don't post it for none less than $4.50 right now. But I've been getting some $6. So yeah, as the market continues to heat up, that's how it's gonna be. About $1,200 later in filing fees. What kind of filing fees did you have, Josh? You say you just got an MC and DOT. Filing fees, that seems like a lot. I mean, FMCSA application is only $300. I mean, yeah. Curious about what all those filing fees were. San Antonio. We did Baltimore already. Here we go. Oh, that's 2 words, of course. They're not showing me nothing on the board in San Antonio at all. Wow. I'm just not seeing Texas for whatever reason. Closest place they're showing me, Oklahoma City is the closest they're showing me. 416 miles. I don't know. Maybe I just can't see Texas unless I did some loads out there. Seeing a Charlotte. So in Charlotte, we got 20 on the board. In Charlotte, look at this. You driving far. What is it, 492 miles? Where is this going? But it's a round trip. There's a round trip load in Charlotte. So you go from, you see out of Concord, which is 14 miles outside of Charlotte. Go to Tennessee, Virginia. And then you pick up something in Virginia and you bring it back to the Concord location, CLT5. $1.19, not great. I love to see that get to $2. When you get to $2, I mean, then yeah, that's a good low when you get to $2. I mean, it's good. I mean, it looks good now if you want to do a low for $1.19, but I mean, for a round trip load, I would do it at $2 for sure, for sure. And they got a lot of those round trip loads, as you can see. Let me see start date. So I was looking for a load tonight in Charlotte. Got one picking up at 120 tonight. Um, Going to Virginia. What you got? 230 miles. Ooh, we. Like I said, I'll post my truck for $4 because I want to do round trip. I want $2 there and $2 back. So overall, it'll just kind of be a $2 rate per mile. All right, all right, all right. I seen a Memphis. Memphis on the board. Only one on the board for Memphis right now. Look at this, $12 though. But you probably still post your truck and get some loads out there. Memphis. Somebody asked me what companies work with new authorities. Just get on DAT load board. I mean, and you just gotta call around. I mean, I can give you a list of brokers, but I mean, unless you can kind of call them, see if they have loads. That might be an idea. If you want to email me, that I can give you a list, but just getting on DAT load board is probably best, and just looking for loads. You're gonna get a lot of no's. Well, you're gonna get some no's, but you're gonna get some yeses. Just keep moving. It's a numbers game. How many trucks do you need to get dedicated? I mean, you gotta have quite a few. I mean, I would imagine somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 usually with most brokers. Somebody look up Jacksonville. I'm guessing Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, I can't see anything in Florida. It just means that maybe there's some dedicated loads out there, or people getting contracted work out there. But if they drop the ball on the load, then you post your truck, you can pick it up. Houston, Texas. Yeah, I can't see anything in Texas or Florida. Not showing me anything. What part of Connecticut? Like, what is this? What is a city in Connecticut? I don't even know a city in Connecticut. Yeah, what part of Connecticut? I don't even know. Tell me a city in Connecticut if you want me to look that one up. I don't even know any cities in Connecticut. Philly. I just did anywhere to anywhere. What's the high? Let's look. It's $23 a mile in Pittsburgh. Since I did that, let me see. What's the highest paying load anywhere right now that I can see? Highest payout right now. Oh, and this for a box truck. Where are we going to? Sparrow Point, Maryland to Daytona, Florida. Anybody in want to take a load? It's $1.55. If it gets up to $2, that's not a bad OTR load. I mean, at $1.55 ain't a bad OTR load. Just if you need to get moving tonight, only thing is you got to be from Florida because, like I said, getting out of Florida, you're only gonna get $1 a mile. So, but yeah, what else we got? Other than that, we got 300 miles at $2.20, leaving from Arizona, going to San Bernardino, California. Okay, all right. What was we looking up here? Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to be looking at Philadelphia. Philly. They saw what I put in. Philadelphia is only showing me one right now. And that's that one in Maryland. What's this? This is Massachusetts. Similar lows. Massachusetts, whatever. Yep. Tracy, California. All right, Tracy, California. What we got going on here? $1.64, $1.78 on the board right now. Just 3. Let me see. Let me take a look at what we got going on here. Bridgeport, Connecticut. Okay. Here we go. Bridgeport, Connecticut. You got $3 a mile on the board. It's for Saturday, though. It's only 31 miles. So, only one on the board. Don't mean you can't post your truck. Usually in Atlanta, I mean, that's how it is. 1 on the board, 2 on the board sometimes. Sometimes it's 5, 10. But you post your truck, you still get loads. So just because you don't see many loads on the load board, post your truck. You'll get loads. I can't see anything in Florida. Harrisburg, PA. Harrisburg. I'm not seeing much out of Harrisburg either. Pittsburgh. There's loads in Pittsburgh on the board for sure. If anybody looking for Pittsburgh, all these Pittsburgh loads are on the board, but nothing showing for Harrisburg. Let's see if Chicago, Phoenix, Arizona. I know I missed one of those. Chicago, Illinois. 6 on the board in Chicago. Yep. These on the board. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I did Amazon loads all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when I was in Chicago. Did those Amazon 3 straight nights. I actually picked up a load in Milwaukee. In Chicago, there's like 3 distribution centers for 26-foot trucks, within like 40 miles of each other. And then I picked the one that was 95 miles away. Well, they booked me for one that was 95 miles away in freaking Milwaukee. So either way, it's all cool. Oh yeah, we're doing Phoenix. Doing Phoenix, Arizona. $2. This one's 13 miles out of Phoenix. 13 miles deadhead, I mean. But $2.20 a mile, 664. Oh, this one's going kind of far though. 300 miles. Post your truck, you still can get loads. Yeah, I said Florida loads be busy. Let me see. I checked Memphis. Should I pay 36 for a 2012 Freightliner? That seems kind of. I don't know. I'm not the expert on buying trucks, to be quite honest. I couldn't even tell you, but I mean, seems kind of high though. But then again, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell. Ramo Kid, if that's a good deal. Should he pay 36,000 for a 2012 Freightliner, 168 miles? Somebody in the chat can probably better answer that. Phoenix, Arizona, if you have 24-foot box truck, that will work. Yeah, you got 24, 26, you will work. Man, I've seen somebody with a 16-foot box truck doing Amazon loads every single night in Atlanta. I don't know how they do it. They got 16-foot box truck. It's not even dock high either. Like the dock plate literally is like a downhill into their truck. Did I check Houston? Yeah, I did check Houston. I can't see anything in Texas. There's no loads in Texas shown on the board. I mean, I checked New Jersey again, but New Jersey isn't that big. I mean, you check one city in New Jersey, you should check. I mean, that should check all of them, right? Swedes. How you spell Swedes? Borough. There we go. Yeah, nothing popping up right now, but that's just right now. But I know there's work up there for box trucks. Northeast is crazy. Um, we'll check Cleveland. What in the heck? Am I tripping? 167 lows in Cleveland? Wow. What's going on up there? They must ain't got no people with no dedicated contracts or dedicated routes up there in Cleveland, cause there's a lot of lows on the low board. Let me see about tonight. Start date. Nope, not furthest out. I put the furthest out. Nearest start date. Got loads tonight. $3.34 a mile. 347 a mile. You in Cleveland, you can pick up at 12:40 tonight. You got 3 stops, three different post offices. Wait a minute. Oh, this one's not in Cleveland. That one's 93 miles from Cleveland, but Brownstown, Michigan. This one's in Cleveland though. Twinsburg, Ohio. Only one stop, Erie, Pennsylvania. But yeah, it's a lot of loads up there, at least on the board. Akron right there, showing you Akron. You was asking about Akron. Load on low board. What we got? You said Boston, please? Okay. I don't think I did Boston. 45 in Boston, okay. $1.82, 416. What we got? 21, 28 miles. Okay, that one's going all the way to New Hampshire. Okay. So yeah. Let's see what Boston looks like. Highest payout. 614, $1.27, but yeah. But this is a round trip load though. Means picks up at OWD 5 and then drops off back there. So they paying you round trip. That's interesting. I've been starting to see some round trip loads pop up on Amazon load boards. All right. All right, I'm gonna do like a couple more and we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. Nothing in Charleston. Closest one is in Charlotte. 19 in Charlotte, but nothing directly in 100-mile radius of Charleston. Oklahoma. We'll do Oklahoma City maybe or Tulsa. Let's do Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. Only one on the board. Yeah, no problem, Patrick. Checking out Phoenix. All right. So, y'all. So, I mean, if y'all have any more questions, let me know as I kind of wrap this up. Been live for almost 2 hours. Should probably eat dinner and take a nap because I got a load picking up at 4. Let me show you. Matter of fact, let me show y'all my load. Let me go back to my screen real quick. Let me go back. Let me show y'all my load tonight. So this is my load tonight. Only $233, but it's $6 a mile. So I mean, it's still a work in progress. Trying to figure out Amazon. I mean, if I get a second load, that's great. Cause last week I got a load for like $400, and then I end up getting another load for $200. So I made like $650 in a night doing Amazon. That was 2 loads. So I'm hoping a second load come in, but the chances looking mighty slim right now because this load picks up at 4 o'clock. If I had had a load that like last week, I had a load that picked up at like 8 o'clock in the evening, and I went from Amazon to Amazon, not Amazon to post office. So I was able to drop that off by midnight and then pick up another load. I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I mean, it all worked out. But this load tonight is not paying much at all. 6,000 miles, but I'm only going 40 miles, 39 miles. It's going East Point to Ackworth, Georgia, and I'm done. So it's gonna be a light night, you know, unless I'm happen to catch another load. But just the way the time's set up, I don't know if I'm able to fit another load in between now and 4:40. And then unless a load pops up on the load board, at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is possible, I can drop this load off, maybe, I don't know, maybe about 5 o'clock in the morning. It might be a little on the load board. Highly doubt it. I mean, I picked up a load. Latest I picked up a load before was like 4:40 in the morning. So the crazy thing was I was about to go to bed and the load just popped up. I was watching a movie. I was watching the Avengers Age of Ultron, and then the load popped up on the load board at 4 o'clock in the morning. Said be there in 40 minutes. But let me see history. So this is a load I did last night. It was just one drop. It was 100 miles, 107 miles. Took it from East Point, Georgia to Blue Ridge, Georgia. And the payout was $484. So last night wasn't too bad. Tonight, not so good. So, it's going to be good nights and bad nights. I would love to make, at least $400 every single night doing Amazon. I'd love to get 2 loads doing Amazon. Working on perfecting that art of getting 2 loads a night. Once I get that down, consistently, I'll let y'all know how to do it as well. But go back here. But do we have any more questions before I shut this thing down? Any more questions? Cabo, that's a new nickname for me. My email, if you didn't get my email, info at ceocaleb.com. If you did not get my email. But yeah. Any more questions? If you want to email me questions, feel free to. It's just gonna take me a while to get to it. So let me know now. But yep. Appreciate being on this live stream with y'all. If y'all learned something, was able to help you out, show y'all some loads, anything like that, go ahead and like the video. If you ain't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Me dropping content more frequently. I'm just trying to catch my wind right now. As I said, I'm dispatching. I have a dispatching team right now set up. So if you're kind of looking for dispatching services, OTR, let me know. Box truck, drive-in, flatbed. Drive-in flatbed, a lot easier to dispatch for. Probably have the dispatching fee would definitely be cheaper versus the box trucks. But yeah, if that's all we have, let me see. Yep. Let me see here. Did you get Amazon badge? I need to get Amazon badge because usually what I do is I try to get to Amazon facility at least 30 to 40 minutes early. Just once so I can have time, to get everything done because Amazon just don't give you enough time. Because like last night, man, they put me in dock 202, but my freight was in 212. So I had to freaking travel across 10 lanes of freight. I'm dealing with Amazon workers dropping off stuff. I'm dealing with other independent carriers dropping off stuff. So yeah, that's why I like to get there early. But usually take about 5 minutes to get a badge. You walk in, I get a badge, and I walk right through the front door and keep it moving the way it's set up. Do you think Atlanta market is becoming crowded to start? Atlanta is has a lot of people who are entrepreneurs. So I think it's crowded. I mean, I'm getting loads every single night. I mean, Amazon, as it picks up in peak season, I mean, you make a killing. I mean, but yeah, there's a lot of box trucks in Atlanta. I've heard it's a lot of competition. I ain't gonna say competition, but I mean, you can still make money. But I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You just gotta get out there and get it. Yeah, will you do this again? You missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I do some more live streams, and probably keep the replay up if you want to watch it as well. Um, will my dad name show up on insurance as a driver if I used him instead of my name to get cheaper insurance? Well, my dad is the primary on my insurance, but I'm added as an additional driver. Since my dad had better credit, he's older, um, good driving record. I mean, I got good driving record, but still, I mean, better credit. He was older. I used him, and I'm just an additional driver. No big deal at all. He didn't have a problem doing it. He actually had been planning on doing a trucking business anyway. He's gonna get um, a, a truck and a 40-foot trailer and do some hot shotting. So I mean, but now he might just jump straight in the box truck. He told me he want me to get him a box truck and he gonna get on the road. So yeah. Why is it so hard to get a truck? What's hard about it? I mean, it's hard to find a truck, buy a truck. I mean, what's hard about it, Levon? Are you having a hard time with as far as getting the truck? Let me read some. What specifications of 26 box truck should I look for? I don't want to get a CDL Class B. I mean, you just got to get a box truck that's dock height, that has a gross vehicle weighting rating, a GVWR of under 26,000 pounds. If it's under 26,000 pounds, you don't need a CDL. I was talking to, is that Ernest Flores? It's hard to find one. I live in Miami. I've been looking at Miami. Look, you might have to travel to go get a truck. Um, you might have to travel. I mean, I live in Atlanta where there was like 3 or 4 rider locations in Metro Atlanta, but I mean, there wasn't one 5 minutes from my house, so I had to travel 30 minutes north, to go get a rider truck. I mean, when I wrecked the first rider truck, I had to drive an hour to go get the second one. So I mean, if you can find a truck anywhere, just go get it. If I know in Miami for sure. I mean, Ryder is based out of Miami, so I mean, you can always have it serviced at the closest Ryder location. If you got to drive 2, 3 hours to go get a truck, if you're talking about renting, then you go do that. Buying a truck, I mean, I know buying a truck is hard. I mean, everybody getting in the box truck game right now. It's a new trend. I mean, it's a great way to make money. I mean, be your own boss. Start your own business, be an owner operator, and get in with little overhead, little risk. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. What you need to do is is get with a rep with Ryder or any and have them find you area. I mean, there got to be a truck somewhere that you can drive and go get to. You know, I know it's tough out there. I mean, everybody jumping in the game, but yeah, just got to go get it. As soon as one pop up, you gotta go get it. Like when I like I said, when I wrecked my truck, I went to the Raleigh, North Carolina location, and they said that they was on hold. There was a waiting list to get trucks there at the Raleigh location. They said it was the busiest location in the area, and there was like I don't know. He said maybe 8 people on the waiting list just to rent a truck. So I drove an hour to Goldsboro, North Carolina, and picked up a truck. They had 3 trucks there. So I mean, all those people that was in Raleigh waiting to get a truck, well, they could have drove an hour to go get a truck. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. I said rent out anywhere. It ain't got to be the city that you in. Go find a truck in another city. You got to drive an hour, 2 hours to go get it, bring it back home. You'll be good. I mean, I suggest Ryder because I'm with Ryder. If there's cheaper companies out there, I mean, Ryder has been pretty good to me so far. You're female starting out renting, kind of nervous. I mean, what you trying to do? I mean, you trying to do Amazon? You trying to do OTR? I mean, no reason to be nervous, man. There are some women truckers on the road, and I mean like semi 18-wheelers, CDL truckers. Driving the big boy trucks. So I mean, they out there. and they getting it done. So ain't no need to be nervous. I mean, you just jump out there and get it done because you can do it. I mean, most of the time if you OTR, it's all no. I ain't gonna say all no touch. 90% of the time it's no touch freight. OTR, I did not have to use my lift gate one time. A couple times I did back the pallets up to the back of the truck so the forklift can get it off. But that was pretty simple to do. I mean, I didn't even have to do it. I could have let them use the pallet jack to do it. But still, I mean, being a woman, I mean, if you Amazon, you're gonna be lifting up boxes and moving the pallet jack around with loading your truck up yourself. But I mean, they got Amazon female workers who do that all day, every day. So I mean, you should be good. Yeah, I mean, Atlanta, we talked about Atlanta, how it is. It's just everybody entrepreneur in Atlanta. Mm-mm. How did you do your insurance again? Watch my video on how to activate my insurance. How to activate my authority insurance Amazon without a truck. I mean, but that gives you everything you need to know. I know I talked about that earlier in the stream as well. Yep, he said girls rule. Ariana said girls rule. Do I have multiple trucks? I'm looking to get my second truck pretty soon. Okay, Amazon first. Yeah, I started with Amazon. I did one load Amazon, then I jumped right in OTR. So yeah, you can do it. Hit that Amazon, get your feet wet, get comfortable driving the truck, and then jump on the road and start making that big money. Also, I did pin a post. People looking for trucks. I mean, there's a guy in this chat who said he got trucks for you. So I mean, hit him up. I pinned the post at the top. So if you need a truck, hit him up. You got a call from a compliance department saying you need a new entrance audit. No, that's probably a scam. You probably don't need that. I mean, not for box trucks. If you had a CDL, then maybe, but no, no. Jerry, no, you don't need that. You don't need no audit, no safety audit. Yep, just do it like Nike. New Jersey is great for loads. It's great. Yeah, putting your father on your insurance. He's a primary. You'll be the add yourself as a driver, so it'll be an additional. I think it's like $100 extra to add a month add me as a driver, but it's still cheaper than me by myself. Way cheaper. Yeah, I'm doing just Amazon right now as I focus on scaling my business up and training my dispatching staff as we take on new clients. So I'm doing Amazon at night, dispatching during the day, and I'm probably hire a driver to do some local routes during the day because if I do Amazon at night, I don't have the hours left the local to do local hours during the day, and I'd be too tired, and I'm already dispatching. I'm probably averaging like I probably sleep like 3 hours, work, sleep another 3 hours, work. My sleeping pattern is kind of crazy right now, but it's the hustle right now. I'm scaling this business up to what I want it to be, and then once where it's at, then I'll be able to relax. Yeah, you need an LLC to start it up, or a sole proprietorship. Just get an LLC. LLC is way better as far as protection. You want to have an LLC, and it's probably the same price anyway. Yeah, hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate that, Rome. Can I use a reefer to pick up loads? Yeah, you just turn the reefer off when you don't have refrigerated freight in there. You can use a reefer truck. You probably get a lot of you can OTR. You can probably get loads that way too, or local. You can do some local stuff with a reefer truck. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this thing, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like Rome said, hit that like button on your way out. Go ahead and subscribe if you ain't subscribed. If you want me to do more videos like this, more live streams, more great content, put it out. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all want to see, and I'll try to get that information out to y'all. Just been crazy busy the last couple weeks, you know. But start trying to get as much content out as I can as I kind of get on a more consistent schedule. But appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. And we out.